Hi guys, how are
Hi.
you doing?
Yeah, I don't wanna be here.
You wanna be here?
No.
I get that. I know we only had like one session, so you guys are still kind of getting accustomed to therapy.
Yeah.
So, let's touch base about what we talked about last week. So I know that we talked about some pretty heavy subjects. We get up to this session, so I understand that you guys probably aren't the most excited, and we are working on some stuff to help you guys and help your family and collab on this, so
Do we have to be here?
do you wanna be here?
Kind of.
I don't know.
I just feel like my mom and dad forced me to be here.
Why do you guys think you're here?
Talk about my dead parents.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that last week.
Um,
So we were talking about how that happened and how there was a lot of transition that happened when Olivia did not have her parents in her life anymore. And now we're navigating family situation right now, because you guys did share with me that there's some complications going on. Can you guys tell me a little bit more about that? Like, is it the same? Has it been changes since last week?
If we tell you stuff, are you gonna tell our parents?
So, as I said last week, the only times that I would need to tell your parents anything is if you're gonna be a harm to yourselves, harm to someone else, or if there's someone that is harming you guys because you guys are underage.
Even if they're the ones paying for our sessions.
So, can you tell me more about that?
Well, we're only like 15, so obviously her parents are the ones that are paying for our sessions because, my parents died. I live with her and her mom and dad now. And her mom doesn't even like me, like. She does like you, she likes you more than me. Then why are we here? Cause you came into the family, no one asked you to come. Well, nobody asked for my parents to die and I find where else to go. Okay, you're right, I'm sorry, Olivia, I'm just really upset with my parents, I didn't mean to take it out on you. I appreciate it.
So I see you guys did bring the homework. How did it go? I see our laundry, you wrote some stuff on there, Olivia. You brought the paper.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
Yeah, I can see that, I can see that you didn't fill it out. Honestly, kudos to you for bringing the paper, you could have definitely just showed up empty-handed, so,
Thank you.
yeah. Can you tell me a little bit more as to why you didn't fill it out?
I just don't see, like, how this is gonna help me mourn my parents, I don't see how this is gonna help me build a relationship with her parents. Like, I don't see the point in this.
Yeah, I know it can be kind of weird and seem almost meaningless to write down stuff about core beliefs. So,
I can tell you what I put.
Sure.
Give you some ideas. Sure. And then I guess maybe, well, if I did it right, and then maybe we can help you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alondra. So my core belief is that I feel like I don't matter to my family anymore. It seems like ever since Olivia came, they've been giving her all the attention, and that they don't pay me any mind anymore. I'm used to being an only child, and so now it feels like there's two of us. So for the part that says information that supports my core belief that I accepted, like I said, it seems like my parents spend more time with Olivia. They spend most of their time with her. They don't ask how I'm doing anymore, or like noticing when I'm upset. Olivia gets all the attention, and I feel like I've been replaced. And then information that doesn't support my core belief, what was rejected, my mom asked if I wanted to talk about how things have been lately. My parents do let me choose the movie for family night every Sunday. And then my dad said that I'm being a strong role model for Olivia. And then what's modified, my parents do thank me for helping Olivia when she moved in. But I feel like they're just trying to be polite and nice to me, even though I don't feel that way. My mom did say that she's proud of me and how I've been handling this whole transition, but I feel like she's just guilty. And my dad did offer to spend more one-on-one time with me, but I feel like he just feels obligated to do so.
Did you ask him about it?
No,
Did you ask him like, hey, I want to spend more time with you?
no, I was just sitting in my room crying one day, and then he tried to talk to me, but I told him to leave me alone. So maybe he feels like there's something going on, I just haven't been telling him.
Was there anything else?
Yeah, and just lastly with my mom, in the middle of the night, I went to go get some water, and then I heard her tell her friend on the phone that she's really proud of me again and how I've been really helpful for Olivia, but I just feel like she's exaggerating.
I feel like you got a lot of different ideas down, so I appreciate you putting in that effort. When it comes to these things, do you feel like this helped you get a better understanding? Let me rephrase my question. How was this for you?
Like how did I feel?
How did you feel?
It was a bit hard for me, like just to see it like written out. Again, it all just feels like negative. I was happy when she came, like the very first day, because I knew her situation and like it was nice having her. But then like as the days went on, it just seemed like, again, they're really just spending all their time with her. And so this really has been building up for me. And so seeing this like written out, it seems like my parents have been trying, like when I see like all these modified ones. Like my mom's thanking me, my dad's trying to spend the time with me, but I keep declining it.
So you were able to see kind of how you're thinking more laid out. Yeah. So Olivia, that is pretty much the goal with this worksheet, is that sometimes we have our core beliefs, but we're thinking them and we're not necessarily seeing them. And it could be beneficial to seeing this information and then us just looking at it and deciding like for Olivia, is this information true? That's what we're doing. So like Arlandra was able to do that. Do you want to try doing that like right now? And like we could be here to support you, or do you want to do it all at one time?
I mean, we could try to do one and see how that goes.
Do you want to do like one core belief and then like one section, like one thing for each section?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So. Oh yeah, thanks for offering your phone. That's helpful. Okay. So. Teach us about Olivia's world. What's a core belief that you may have in your world about yourself or about people, about Alandra's parents, about your parents?
Could it be just about like life in general, or does it have to be about like a person?
About life in general.
I really believe that everything happens for a reason. Is that something I could put down on?
Yeah, definitely. So that'd be the core belief for you. So you write it down at the top rectangle.
Right.
And then in the left section, what do you feel like is information that supports that core belief?
Do you feel like your parents passing away happened for a reason?
Kinda. I feel like, you know, it brought us closer. So could I put that down?
Yeah, you can write that down.
You know, me and my cousin, we weren't that close before this happened.
That's true.
How has it been for you guys? Cause I know, I don't know, I think I just have questions. Maybe my questions will be answered in these next few boxes, and now we can just go from there. So for the rejected section, what do you feel like goes with that section?
I wish I did not integrate my corporate leave.
I also have examples here in case you need like. a
Oh,
little bit
thank
more
you.
help. Yeah.
I think. This one would probably be similar, so her mom does not always seem happy to talk to me.
I heard our laundress say that our parents tend to spend a lot of time with you more compared to our wardrobe. What are your thoughts about that statement?
I didn't know that's how Arlandra felt. I mean, I know that they spend more time with me, but I personally feel like it's just out of guilt. I don't feel like they truly want to get to know me. I think they're trying to dust the bigger problem under the rug.
What do you feel like the bigger problem is?
I mean, they don't ever want to talk to me about the day my parents died. It's like they're afraid to talk about anything negative, and you know, it's nice to get away and not think about that day, but I also, you know, need to properly grieve and mourn my parents. I know that's what they would have wanted.
Yeah, and that's like a really mature way of like putting your emotions and understanding that this is an important thing for you to be processing. Alana, did you know that that's how Olivia felt?
No, it just seemed like they're always like buying her stuff and going out to go hang out at different places, like the water park on the weekends. They leave me at home. Like they just go and take her out to do a bunch of things.
And it sounds like you wanna go to those things. And then for Olivia, did you fill out the next section?
For the modified portion, I put her parents spend more time with me out of guilt. It just feels like it's, you know, out of pity, you know, like, oh, poor her, you know, but
How does it make you feel that they're doing these things and you're interpreting it as like they're doing this because they feel bad for you? What emotion does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel less than. Because it just doesn't feel genuine, you know? Like, it feels like they took me in because they had to, like it was a chore. Because before the incident, like, I didn't really see them or talk to them that often, so,
Like a major change.
yeah.
I can understand that.
I really appreciate both of you taking the time and writing this stuff out. It can be really difficult to like address these types of topics. So I appreciate you both doing that. And then I mentioned it last week, but I'm just gonna touch base on that again. So with this agency, we want you guys to know like what is the intervention that we're using when we're working with you. And so the intervention that aligns with the current difficulties that I've noticed that you guys are facing in your relationship right now is gonna be CBFT. So it's just like
CBFT?
big word. Yeah, so it's gonna be cognitive behavioral family therapy.
It's like what, they gotta come here and we gotta do it with them?
Yeah.
So,
I thought you said we didn't have to share with them.
so when it comes to CBFT, the goal is to like work with the whole family. Right now, that's not where we're at. I want to get a little bit more of an understanding of like your guys' dynamic, and that if the parents are brought in, you guys would know beforehand and we would discuss it. And I would make sure that like you guys are comfortable with what we're talking about. Again, if there's certain things that are just not a concern to your guys' safety and they just want to be in session, you guys don't have to know.
Oh, okay.
With CVFT, it works with family systems, so parents don't necessarily have to be in sessions, but the goal is to help you guys and just kind of increase that communication skills. We want to be able to process some of the stuff that's been happening recently, and overall just help you guys be at your like highest level of functioning as a family. Do you have any questions about that?
So just to clarify, our parents don't have to come now, like, it'd be in future sessions.
And you guys would know beforehand. I wouldn't, the goal is that I wouldn't have them come, like, I would know it without you guys knowing. I'd make sure that you guys understand what's going on, they understand what's going on, and then we would have, like, we would all meet together. So we're all on the same page. And if they do come to session, it's because the goal is to have us all on the same page. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, works for me.
Alondra, I did hear you mention that when we were talking about Olivia and how your parents spend time with Olivia, that they'll do stuff with Olivia on the weekends that you are interested in going to, but you're not invited to go. And I'm just curious, have you ever brought that up to them before? No. Okay.
This is my parents. I feel like I shouldn't be questioning what they do. So they say it's time to go, but they ask for just her. So I don't say anything.
How does it make you feel when they say that?
Back to like this core belief thing, of like they just only want to spend time with her, and that they don't care about me anymore.
I do have a little worksheet put on it up. I'll get it out again. You guys are dealing with it before?
I've seen it on social media, but I always scroll past it.
Makes sense. Has a lot of words on it and it's kind of overwhelming. Would you be open to looking at the feeling wheel and identifying what feeling you feel when your parents?
Alright, there's so many words.
It's a lot of words. It's a lot of words. There are.
How does it work?
Okay, I would definitely explain it to you, because it can be kind of overwhelming. You're gonna have your 6, can I count? 2, 4, 6, 7. You're gonna have your 7 primary emotions. And then it just expands. These are kind of like synonyms. You guys know like synonyms and antonyms. These are gonna be like similar words that build up in these core words. So if you want right now, we could just start with like a core emotion.
Like how it makes me feel when they take her.
And they leave you at the house.
More so angry. It makes me angry. Sometimes sad, but then it's been happening every weekend, so then it turns into being angry.
Do you wanna try
The next one. I guess then I lead to being frustrated. But again, it's because I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not saying anything, so I'm just getting frustrated on why I can't go. Then take it further. I guess it could be that I'm just jealous. Because they're giving her all the time. And not me. Or sharing the time between both of us. So it could be just jealousy.
And that change happened like overnight. That Olivia was a part of your family now, and like in your closer family. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Of course. So Olivia, did you know that like Arlanda was feeling these feelings?
I kinda could sense it, but I knew she didn't want to talk about it, so I just left it alone.
Yeah, I get short with her, like when Olivia tries to talk to me. Like I just brush her off.
How does it feel to like hear her talking about the way that she feels now? Cause I know you said that like usually she doesn't want to talk to you. Like, this is the big stuff that you're saying, how you're feeling in front of Olivia about these things.
You know, I'm proud of her for being able to put her feelings into words finally. I just hope it doesn't hinder our relationship because I do feel bad as well. Because nobody wants to like barge into somebody's family and now you're taking up all the attention, but it feels like, you know, just like toxic positivity just between the parents. And I don't want that to, you know, affect my relationship with Arlandra. Like, that's not fair, you know.
What type of relationship do you girls want to have?
Kind of like sisters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I never had a sister.
You know.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a sister?
There for each other when things are hard, which I could do better at and supporting you more instead of taking it so personal.
Writing that down. That's helpful. Anything else?
I would say loyalty, you know.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So for us in our situation, you know, I don't have any like ill feelings towards Arlandra. I mainly feel angry at her parents. So I'm sitting beside her because, you know, she's like my sister and I don't want them to treat her any differently just because I'm here. Like, you know, I feel like we should be able to all be together or take turns, like me hang out with dad, she hangs out with mom, and then we switch vice versa. And, you know, I think I could probably stand up for her to show my loyalty to her.
So kind of like speaking up for each other. That's the way of describing loyalty.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
So I don't really know what else, because I never had a sister or a sibling at all, so I don't really know what it's like.
You guys are in new territory.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is that you're navigating it together.
Yeah.
Which is a big step. Have you thought about that before, that like you guys you're navigating this together?
Yeah, I've had some thoughts about it. Really, I've just been trying to get to know Arlandra because, you know, I always knew of her. But never really.
That was a funny sneeze.
But never really got the chance to like hang out with her, and she's actually really cool.
Sounds like you're learning more about each other. It's a special moment. It's a special moment. Okay. So I'm hearing a consistent theme that you guys are saying like, oh, we can talk to our parents. Do you want to talk about them? Like, you let me know. Like, how do you guys want to talk about it? Do you want to say Arlandra's parents or just like your guys' parents?
Guess it's how you feel, because they're not really your parents. Do you feel like they're your parents now?
No, I would like to stick with Arlandra's parents for myself personally.
Yeah. How do you feel about Arlandra? That's okay. We'll stick with that. But I just want to make sure that like we're using the right language that you guys are comfortable with. So I was hearing consistent theme where it was just like, oh, we want to talk to parents, maybe Olivia spends time with mom, Arlandra spends time with dad, like Arlandra bringing it up to her parents that she kind of wants to join in on these like fun weekend activities. So there is something that we can do about that, where we can practice talking to your parents without them physically being here. So is that something that you're open to?
Yeah, but how,
Yes, sir.
yeah, what does that look like?
Yeah, so it's gonna be weird. Okay, we're gonna do, let's get this over. We're gonna practice with a chair. Yeah, so.
Chair?
We have options. We could do, you guys can talk to a chair and envision that it's one of Alana's parents, or both of them, or you guys can practice with me. And I can be in the role of one of her parents.
So I'm just gonna sit here and look at the chair and talk.
Right.
You can't hear me. It's not gonna respond.
Can't see us.
No, I'm just gonna talk to the chair.
Question.
How's that gonna help
Valid points.
if you can't hear what I'm saying?
When you usually talk to your parents, what response do you get?
When I usually talk to them?
How do they respond to you?
Short, or like they're occupied with something, so I don't think they're really listening.
It's almost kind of like they're ignoring you. What we can do in this activity, this is your parent, but they're not ignoring you. You have full space to just talk, say it, whatever's on your chest, and this is a safe place. You don't have to have any fear in the back of your mind of how are they gonna respond to me. You can just be honest. This is a safe place. You can just be honest, like how you truly feel, and express that as if they were here, so that we can work towards physically talking to them in person and telling them about something that you guys think would be helpful if they were to change.
When I do it, do you have to watch me do it?
No, I can look at the wall while you do it.
Can you?
Yes, I can. So,
I'm a little shy.
yeah, totally understand.
I'm ready
It
to
feels-
bring him.
Okay. Can you too?
How's the chair?
Sorry, the chair, I look at the wall.
No, you look at the wall, it's like,
Oh.
it's like I'm presenting, and I don't like to present in class, so it feels like
Oh, yeah.
I'm presenting.
I get that, yeah, I get that. So, before we go away, which parent are you talking to, mom or dad?
Mm. I feel like it's mostly my dad. Yeah, I have a hard time with.
Yeah, so
He's the one that gets her for the outings on the weekends. My mom's already like getting ready in the car. It's my dad who comes and gets her, says it's time to go.
So mom is usually already in the car, and dad is getting Olivia.
And doesn't ask for me.
What are you gonna bring up to dad?
That makes me feel like I'm not included. I'll ask him why he doesn't take me. And then maybe, depends on how that goes, tell him how I've been feeling with, like Olivia, like him spending his time with her mostly. So depending on his response, I'll let him know how I truly feel. But if I feel like he's still not listening, I will bring it up.
So I heard you say that you're gonna tell him that you do wanna go, explain how it's kind of made you feel and how you've been feeling about Olivia overall. Okay, so that's what you're gonna say. Have you heard of I statements before? Can I explain an I statement to you? So an I statement is explaining to someone. I feel more to you right now, but I'll write it down. real quick. So this will just be a kind of like a template, so this is just my notes, you can ignore that. It's gonna say, when, yeah, you too, with this, right? You would say this to dad. Do you wanna write it down on yours or just go based off this?
I'll look at yours.
Okay, cool. So you'll say, hey, dad, when you do this, sorry, I can't read my handwriting. When you do this, explain what he's doing, it makes me feel, and then these were some of the emotions that you said that made you feel. And then next time, please. Like, because it does sound like your dad's on his way out, but he's saying those things, so maybe if we bring up like, really spit on your chest about Olivia, it seems like maybe we can ask dad, like, is there a time sometime this week that I can talk to you about this? Cause we might be catching dad off guard and we wanna also, you are important and dad's time is also important, so. You wanna accommodate both. Do you wanna try doing this one first?
I can just try it with the chair.
Yeah, so you'll do
Okay,
this
fine.
and you'll say it to the chair. And then me and Olivia. Time to look at the wall. But we are, do you want us, we are gonna hear you, okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
Why don't you just sit in front of the chair?
Yep.
Like I'm talking to him?
However, is most comfortable for you.
Okay. Hi, Dad. When you leave on the weekends with Olivia, you take her on different outings. Like last weekend, for example, you took her to go get her nails done. And I asked you a couple weeks ago to take me and I didn't get to go. Yet you took her this last weekend. It made me feel sad. A little bit remorseful because that was something that I wanted to do. And I was hoping I could spend time with you. Also, when you like leave and you do take her, that you'll look at me and not say anything. And you just leave the house with mom and you don't explain to me like where you guys are going. Like I'll just find out when she comes back where you guys went. It makes me feel jealous. Cause either that's something that we could do together, or I could be included with Olivia for more family time. I felt like we haven't had time to spend together as a family with Olivia. I just feel like you and her and mom go out together on your own a lot. Next time, when you do leave with Olivia, if you could maybe try to explain to me, like alone, like on one without Olivia, like where you guys are going. And maybe if you could explain like why you are spending more individual time with her, it would help me better understand and not feel this way. And next time, if we could maybe have more one-on-one time, I know that Olivia's going through a lot. And I don't wanna make it seem like I'm being jealous of her or like take anything away from her. Like if you still wanna do those things with her, I understand. I think that's good for her, like she needs more positivity. I just feel like I'm being like pushed to the side a little bit, and I miss the time that we have been spending with each other. That's it. Yes.
How was it?
It's a little cold. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I feel like I would struggle a little bit saying it to him, so I was looking at the ground mostly. I didn't really wanna look him in the eye, cause I don't want him to feel like I'm attacking him.
You feel like that's how that can make you feel sometimes when you bring stuff up to him, that you're attacking her?
Yeah, like I mentioned, I don't want him to feel like I'm questioning him, cause that's something that he says a lot, like it's his choices. We do what the parents say. And so it was a little hard, I was worried that he might say something like that, but as I got towards the end, where I was explaining how I felt, or things that he could do differently, I was feeling a little bit more comfortable, because I was giving like solutions for things that he could do instead of just attacking what he's doing.
You gave really clear explanations of like, you followed this exactly, and I even heard you do like 2 different scenarios, which is big step. Yeah, you followed this, and then you did tell him like next time, please do this, and you're so being considerate of like, maybe even you asking him like, can we talk about this one-on-one together? It's really big.
Mm.
Yeah. How was it for you to like hear Armando say this stuff and kind of like practice this?
You know, I'm really proud of her. I know that was hard to do. And hopefully we're able to get in some more practice, so that we can support each other, 1, and 2, explain how we're feeling to our parents without them attacking us.
Yeah, I think I could try this.
Communication is hard. I think it was a really big step that you did that, and I think it's a really big step to live your, like, you filled out this worksheet, like, I think it's really about putting in that effort, it's really big. We are like at time, so I am gonna assign homework, but this homework is gonna be different.
This was so
This homework is gonna be different, so you guys had, this is a heavy topic that you 2 are talking about, and like, kudos to you both for like being able to talk about this. A lot of people have really hard times talking about this, so the fact that you 2 are doing this, it's a really big step. And your homework is to relax. So I wanna know, like, what are some like things that you guys do individually or maybe together that helps you feel relaxed, helps your body just kind of just be calm.
I like to stay in the bathroom longer. I know this is weird, but like after a long day, I like go and take a shower. And I'm not even taking like a shower, like I'll take a shower first, but then like I'll just sit there and like listen to the shower running. That helps me like clear my mind. So yeah, I might do that too.
So that's why there's never any hot water.
No. I know it might seem like I'm taking an hour shower, but no.
Does it kind of sound like rain?
Yeah.
So that seems like it's a thing that helps you relax, and maybe when you're not able to like take a shower in that moment, maybe you can listen to like some raining audio. Maybe that can help you go back into that state of imagine yourself being in the shower, feeling relaxed. That's something you can also do. Yeah. How about you, Lydia?
I kind of like to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing specific, just grabbing a paintbrush and just going with the flow.
Do you have paint in the house?
I have some, I need to re-up and get some more.
Yeah, she's a really good painter. She has a whole bunch in her room of stuff that she made.
Maybe I'll make you one.
Yeah, you should. Okay.
Put it in my room.
That's special. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's homework for this week. Thanks for meeting. Do you guys have any questions for me before we close up?
No, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
Was there like anything, I like doing this with my usual clients, like what's one thing that you took away from today's session?
That it's okay to talk about your feelings, that you don't have to borrow them in. And that there's a nice way to say things. Because again, when I say how I feel, it comes off as attacking, I think. So this challenged me to like be more mindful with the words that I say.
How about you, Olivia?
I thought the feelings wheel was pretty cool. It just showed me that there's like underlying kind of secondary emotions to the main core feelings that we experience as humans. So just to see everything that's under the umbrella of certain feelings, it's nice to know that there's other meanings for our big core, like, emotion.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.